And we are going live. We are live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone live. We've gone live, and I don't know if that means what. I don't know what is prior to gone live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, fans on YouTube. Good evening, fans on Facebook. Good evening, fans on Comedy Schools Radio Network.com. For those of you that are regular viewers and listeners, you know what you're watching. For those of you that are brand new, that have just stumbled upon this and go, who is that old man in the suit coat? You are watching Living on a Thin Line. I'm just trying to get a good angle here. I can't quite get the ceiling where I want it to be. I want it to be perfect for you, Dan, but I don't think I'm going to pull off perfect for you. There. No, that's not perfect for you at all. All right. I'm nothing if not prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, it is Saturday night. It is 7 o'clock. My name is Tony Vicich. We come to you every day, as we have ever since the corona crisis has began, normally at 2 p.m. But on Saturday nights, we thought we'd do something special for you, and do a Saturday night show. We did originally call it the Comedy Jubilee, but it's not really that much different than our 2 o'clock show, except it's Saturday night, and we try to dress up. At the beginning of the quarantine, when nobody was going anywhere, we had to find ways to excite ourselves within our own quarters. And one of the ways was, darn it, even though we're home and we haven't done anything all day, and we're not going to do anything all night, we're not going to do anything tomorrow, let's dress up. Let's pretend like something fancy is happening. Damn it. Isn't that what it's all about anyway? You know, when you do actually go out, when you get in your car, you go somewhere, you are just pretending like something fancy is going on. Anyway, here we are. This is the show where we offer you a daily diversion from the weirdness, anxiety, extremity, and strangeness that is going on in our world today. A couple things moving forward. I want to thank each and every one of you who attended last night's Class Clowns Comedy Showcase. There was close to 70 people amalgamated, I'd say in the same room. Yes, symbolically in the same room, ladies and gentlemen. Symbolically all sitting in the same room, watching the same show. It was a fantastic show. 16 comics, all with different points of view. 16 comics, all with different ideas. 16 comics working very hard to entertain each and every one of you. And I want to thank all of them. Yay! For doing the show last night. You know, at a time when so many people could quit, when so many people could give up, when the running gag is, oh, I haven't shaved. The running gag is, oh, I haven't combed my hair. Oh, the running gag is, I haven't put on pants. These people worked hard on something new. They cut through the bullshit and created something new. And they dressed up and they stepped up and they put on a show just for you. And I can't tell you how much fun it was being a part of all of that. Now, with that being said, some of you are watching going, man, I kind of wish I would have watched that show. Kind of wish I would have been there. I'm going to have to wait now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait one darn bit. All you got to do is wait till tomorrow night at this time, 7 p.m., when we're doing Tony Vicich Presents Sunday Nights Funnier. Now our regular weekly Sunday night showcase, just like a regular television show, only it's only shot with one camera from various people's houses throughout the United States. But it is, in a sense, I'm just petting my dog here, who thinks that, my dog thinks that when I'm going to do this show, that is a great time to come in here and lay right at my feet and lick himself. So, you know what? That might be the most productive thing going on right now because he's a good guy. So, Roscoe, there we go. All right. So, anyway, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Tony Vicich Presents, and it's a really great show. I've got four great comics lined up for you. We have none other than Shale Brenner, Fred Scott, and Mary Upchurch, and a very special guest will all be on tomorrow night's show. In order to see tomorrow night's show, all you got to do is go to comedyschools.com and scroll down and click Get Tickets. And for only $10, you can help. Kabari Erdi is also on the show. See, I tried to make it sound like it was special, and I just had names slipping from my skull at the moment. Shale Brenner, Fred Scott, Kabari Erdi, and Mary Upchurch tomorrow night, all for only $10. That works out to $2.50 a comic. That's a pretty good deal. And you're saving on gas, and you're saving on parking, and you're saving on so many things. So you want to see those people. Not only will you see a great show, but you will help get these comics paid and be helping local food banks in our area right here. So that's tomorrow night. You'll have fun. We built this show around a couple things. One is shameless self-promotion. The second one is having conversations with you right here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on ComedySchoolsRadioNetwork.com. DJ Payne just put up, side note, my client told me the best Grand Funk album was RV1, produced by Frank Zappa. Good from start to finish, good singing, good playing. Well, you know what? They might be right. It would be RVE1. I'm going to look that up. DJ, because I'm not familiar with that name for a Grand Funk album. And that's the kind of thing that happens here, ladies and gentlemen, right in the middle of telling you something. Someone gives me a piece of information that piques my interest that I'm now going to have to check out and mention on tomorrow's show about this RV was a typo. Yeah, it's like Recreational Vehicle by Grand Funk Railroad. They never put out an album. Album was good singing, good playing. Okay, all right. Okay. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I happen to think Grand Funk Live was the best show they ever did, best album they ever did. Fantastic piece of work, double album, Grand Funk Live. He brings it up because every show we recommend either two artists or pieces of music based on my extensive vinyl collection. And I got some far out stuff for you tonight, man. Some far out stuff indeed. So stick around for the next few minutes. We build it around conversations with you, recommending music and some piece of memorabilia that we have right here in the home office that at one time meant something to me that has for many years gathered dust. And since this crisis, I've went, wow, I've got to still stimulate myself and not with electricity because that hurts. That hurts, damn it. Stay away from 110, stay away from 220, especially if you don't know anything about wiring. I've got to stimulate myself, and I've gone back and dug through here and found autographs and memorabilia and little knickknacks that I collected at one time that meant something that I'd forgotten about, and I share it with you, and then we talk about it. Okay, we got some great people on with us right now. Champ de Blasio, DJ Payne, Paul Lidge, Marcy, Tina and Mike Lawson from Missouri, Randy and Shale, two funny comics, one who will be on the show tomorrow night. You're all gathered up here. We all gathered by the river. And, of course, Diane Howe. Let's get to the knickknacks, ladies and gentlemen. And this, I'm going to be honest with you, it's been kind of not only was it a busy day, it was a slow day. Busy, yet slow. Still had a lot to do. Still had tons to do. Okay, but at the same time, it had been such a busy week that my brain and my body just wanted to take a break. My brain and my body just want to take a break. And so I was kind of sludging through it, but quite relaxed. Made it through another week during this crazy time of quarantine. Oh, I got something I want to tell you. And you're going to listen to this. This is kind of important. The latest ploy, the latest tactic, the latest underhanded endeavor engaged in by hardcore right-wing Facebook trolls and bots. I've been on Facebook since 2009. I've never had a single complaint. And have I done things, have I said things that should be complained about? You're damn right I have. But never a single complaint. It was almost like that was the bridge too far, no matter how ugly things got between you and another person on Facebook. By the way, they should never get that ugly on an entire platform designed by college kids to get laid. But such is life. So yesterday I got my very first, or was it the day before? The days run together, don't they? My very first warning about unacceptable content by Facebook. And I looked and I saw what it was. There's an esteemed journalist who I follow, who I'm friends with on Facebook. And it was on his thread that a gentleman had gone on there and shamelessly taunted with typical right-wing taunts of misogyny and emasculation till people came back at him and complained about at least 3 or 4 people, one being me. Now, I'm going to write to Facebook, and I'm going to fight this, because if I get one more, then I can't post for 24 hours. So I'm going to fight this, and anybody who knows me when it comes to these sorts of things, I fight back, whether it's a legal battle, and I've had those, and then you follow me for a while, goes, yeah, I can see that. I can see where you've had some legal battles. Or it's a personal thing, or it's a misstatement. Not too long ago, I had someone try to abscond with some funds by misstating some things, and it took me 3 weeks to fight it, and then I prevailed. So be careful by people of an opposite political point of view than you on Facebook, because then they will automatically file a complaint with Facebook, and Facebook, being a giant multi-billion-dollar, multi-billion-person organization, will just go, all right, there's a flag in your file, 44 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours, a week, a month. So that happened. That happened. Dirty, unfair, wicked, mean, and nasty. Just thought I'd share that with you. Okay, let's get to the little memorabilia here. And this is all I got for you tonight. But it's kind of cool. All right. Look at that. That's right. You kind of know what that is. Look at that. There you go. Everybody sees that? What is that? That is... I'm going to turn this upside down so we can play. Go, he was holding the eagle upside down. There you go. There you go. That is, ladies and gentlemen, and you've already guessed what it is. That is a silver dollar. It says E Pluribus Unum, 1900, with 13. And the eagle, the symbol of the United States on the back, and it says, in God we trust. United States of America, $1. United States of America, let's get this upside right again. $1. That's what it is. When it was struck and minted, it was worth $1. It is 100% pure silver. So what is it worth now? Right now, it's worth anywhere between $16 and $40. Now, that's a pretty good markup. But here's the story behind this little silver coin, a couple things. You may have heard that silver is the poor man's gold, because it's like they're always silver and gold, gold and silver, silver, gold, gold, silver, silver, gold. You may have heard that. And you may have seen advertisements on television. Buy silver now. Silver will only go up. Here's the problem with silver. It is more valuable than, say, I don't know, tin. Okay? But it's only worth, in my entire life, it's only been worth anywhere between $15 and $40. And it never goes up. Why? Because there's so darn much of it. You would think that a silver dollar from 1900, 120 years ago, might be worth more. But the problem is they made so damn many of them, that even though they're not just laying around, they're just not popping up like weeds on your sidewalk, they're not that rare. They are cool. If you're looking for something to collect silver coins, but don't think you're going to retire and get rich off of them. If anybody tries to tell you any different, they are a liar. But they're fun. But this coin was minted 120 years ago. 120 years ago, it left the mint, and it ended up in a bank, and then it ended up being given to someone who was making a withdrawal, and they used it to pay for things, and it has passed from hand to hand to hand for 120 years. And why do I bring that up? I bring that up as a reminder, as an important reminder. No matter how bleak things may seem, no matter how scary things they are, something endures. This country has endured for 120 years. As a people, we have endured for 120 years. And despite the more than occasion setbacks, and despite the more than occasional injustices sold as justice, more often than not, in this country, we reset our wrongs and move forward on our rights. And we will again. And we've been doing it since the 1700s, but here's proof of something that was in people's hands before man could fly. Here's something in my hand that was around before the first airplane took flight, before the first automobile rolled out of Henry Ford's garage, before World War I, before the 1918 pandemic, before the Great Depression, before World War II, before the dropping of the first atom bomb, before the whole nuclear scare of the 50s, before, after. You know what? I got so far ahead, I kept saying before. Okay. It came out, all right, before the first plane, before World War I, before all of these things. Can I tell you the truth? I was taking a nap right before I started doing this show. This coin came out, was printed before all of that, and it still exists today. It still exists today, and we will still exist today. Kind of wish I had that narrative to take back because I kind of screwed it up, but I think you get the point. But that's the idea behind living on a thin line. Sometimes we're living on a thin line, and sometimes we almost slip off the other side. But we don't. I just haven't woke up. But I wanted to make sure that I still had a great show for all of you. All right, let's get to the music that we're going to recommend tonight. It's kind of cool. And even if you're going to watch this later on, you're going to download it later, I'm going to be happy to share this with you. The first one, kind of cool, a band that I particularly like that you've probably never heard of. There it is. Southern, Hillman, and Fury. Of course, on the back, it also says Gordon, Perkins, and Harris. Gordon, Perkins, and Harris. But the name of the band was Southern, Hillman, and Fury. It consisted, the three main artists were J.D. Souther, Chris Hillman, and Richie Fury. The band had one rock station hit, and it was Falling in Love. How do you feel like falling in love? Other good songs on here were Safe at Home, Border Town, and Deep, Dark, and Dreamless. These are great tunes by a great band, one of the forgotten bands of the important California soft rock movement. One of the forgotten bands, yet important bands, of the Southern California soft rock movement. All three of these people, Souther, Hillman, and Fury, would make their names or had made their names with much bigger bands. J.D. Souther went on to become what was secretly known as the Secret Eagle because he helped write so many of the Eagles songs. He also helped write and produce so many of Linda Ronstadt's greatest hits. So he became an important person in Southern California rock because he was the producer, our writer, our session man on some of the greatest hits of all time. Chris Hillman was originally with the Byrds and then later on went to form the Desert Rose Band. And we talked about that band the other day. And Richie Fury, of course, was with Poco. These guys formed this band. They had one album-oriented rock hit. The problem with this band was used to be able to say too many chiefs and not enough Indians, but I don't want to sound rude. But too many captains and no cooks. And so the band did not last long. But at one point, three of the people who were important contributors to the American rock movement, now the classic rock movement, all came together in one group. And you should YouTube Fallen in Love, their version of Deep, Dark, and Dreamless, and Safe at Home. Also Border Town. I think two of these songs, Border Town and Deep, Dark, and Dreamless, later on became Eagle tunes. And maybe Safe at Home, too. So Google them and listen to them, and you go, wow, I never heard of those guys. They sound fantastic. Okay? Our second piece is a real winner. It's a real winner. If you're looking for something completely different, if you're looking for something so damn much fun, that you go, wow, how come I didn't know this existed? Because this is fun. You want to YouTube up the hidey ho man himself, Cab Calloway. There's Mr. Cab Calloway himself. Oh, yeah. Cab Calloway was a scat singer and a band leader during the roaring 20s. And he put out, he was known as the hidey ho man. Hidey, hody ho. Man, YouTube Cab Calloway, if you want to listen to some fun, pre-rock, this man had a rock and roll heart. This guy was a rock star before anybody even thought of rock music. You want to look, and this here, of course, is Heidi Ho Man Cab Calloway Classics. Songs like Nagasaki, Jungle King, Honey Dripper, YouTube Honey Dripper, and of course, YouTube Minnie the Moocher. This is the story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a low down hoochie coocher. And you'll like him because you can kind of sing like him too. Let's see, the Cab Calloway Boogie, St. James Infirmary, the Heidi Ho Man, and Jumpin' Jive and Hoy Hoy. So this type of music that Cab Calloway did, jive music, boogie music. It was rock and roll before there was rock and roll. This guy was around from the 20s all the way into the 60s. There's a movie called The Cincinnati Kid with Steve McQueen that is like a version of The Hustler, only it's about poker with Steve McQueen and Edward G. Robinson. And by the way, I just told you another great little piece of entertainment that if you don't know about, you ought to watch and love. Steve McQueen and Edward G. Robinson playing underground poker players in New Orleans. Cab Calloway's in the film in a dramatic acting part. But his music is so infected with joy and jazz and jump and jive and wail that when you listen to it, you cannot help but be happy. So YouTube Cab Calloway, check him out. YouTube Southern Hillman and Fury, check them out. And you'll be happy. Okay? If you listen to, let me get the exact song for you. If you listen to Falling in Love by Southern Hillman and Fury, you'll find yourself tapping your toes and smiling. If you listen to anything by Cab Calloway, especially Minnie the Moocher or Heidi 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 Oh, you will find yourself tapping your toes and smiling. You'll feel good. This is feel-good music for a time that needs feeling good. So check them out. Also, if you want to feel good, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night at 7 p.m., buy a ticket. Go to comedyschools.com and just pay the $10. And then you and your significant other or who you're quarantined with can kick back in your own home. Do yourself a favor. Plug your computer into your television screen and watch it on a big screen. It is a blast. Watch these 4 great comics. I guarantee you're going to enjoy Shale Brenner. I guarantee you're going to enjoy Fred Scott. I guarantee you're going to enjoy Kabari Erdy. And I guarantee you that you're going to be glad that you discovered Mary Upchurch, one of the funniest comics I know today. She will be, when we're ready to start breaking stars back out, she will be a breakout star. And you'll be able to say, wow, a few years from now when she's in television and the movies, you'll be able to say, wow, I saw her on a Zoom show during the whole quarantine deal. Okay, on one of Tony Vicich's little mini pay-per-view events. You'll have a good time. You'll have fun. I had fun talking to you tonight. I had fun dressing up. I had fun combing my hair, having a reason to do all that stuff, putting on my nice jacket, one of my nice jackets. Okay, one of these days I'll reveal to you the secret of my nice jackets, how I have so many. But until then, man, thanks for hanging out with me for a few minutes tonight. I hope I brightened up your Saturday night a little bit. Okay, I know I brightened up my Saturday night a little bit. All right, and when you're going back to doing whatever you're doing, remember there was somebody out there trying to brighten up your night. So now you try to brighten up someone else's night as well, okay? I'm going to see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. back at my regular time for our Sunday show and with our brand new series, If It's Sunday, It Must Be Sinatra, where we will feature for the next several months Sinatra albums and talk about the chairman of the board. That's going to be tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to be with you, and then I'll be with you again tomorrow night, Sunday at 7. By the way, if you go, wow, I'd like to learn how to be able to do this. I'd like to learn how to be able to speak on camera without being self-conscious. I'd like to be better at public speaking. I'd like to take my ideas and turn them into something funny. I've got workshops for you starting this week. So also check out on comedyschools.com my new lineup of workshop. You can also check it out on the site you might be listening to right now, ComedySchoolsRadioNetwork.com. Check them all out. I got stuff for you. All right, that's our show. For my producer, happens to be my wife, Shirley Lowe Vicich. I want to thank you very much for tuning in tonight. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. on Living on a Thin Line. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Goodbye, YouTubers.